I'm chronicling the history of Pokémon cards by collecting them and putting them in a binder. Collecting them all is a nearly impossible goal, but the first step is to know what you're looking for. Welcome to Check the Box. It's 50 episodes of the Ultimate Pokémon Master List series, and we're breaking new ground with Diglett. Diglett has a simple but iconic character design, and while you might expect subterranean Pokémon to be a rare sight, these curious little guys have a tendency to pop up everywhere, at least in the TCG. Let's jump into the binder, but first make sure to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series. We're back to base set to start things out, where Diglett is portrayed as being furry, which I believe is absent from all future renditions. Since it's base set, we have the 4 normal printings: First Edition, Shadowless, Unlimited, and the 4th print, showing the year 2000 in the copyright text. I don't include misprints in my list, but I'll go ahead and mention right here that Diglett has a pretty notorious error card where the energy symbol for Dig is sideways. This card was reprinted in base set 2. Then it skipped Legendary Collection and waited until 2016 to resurface in Evolutions. Next we have Diglett from Team Rocket. The various artworks by Sumiyoshi Kazuki gave an interesting atmosphere to this set, which has really grown on me over time. Then we finally get a Ken Sugimori illustration in Gym Challenge, which features the last First Edition Diglett. In 2002, Diglett emerged in Expedition, which kicks off the reverse holo feature going forward. Then Diglett appears in Skyridge, which was the last WotC era set. Beyond the common card, Diglett made a cameo appearance in Underground Expedition. This card made its way into 2 World Championship decks. Then the Pokemon Company dug this up for a reprint in Celestial Storm more than 15 years later. We return to a Diglett feature in Fire Red Leaf Green, seemingly upset about having been relegated to the background in the last 6 slots. It was all for naught as Diglett returns as a curious observer in Professor Cosmo's discovery in Deoxys. This card was reused in an EX Trainer kit and returned in Holon Phantoms. In Crystal Guardians, we see an anxious Diglett searching for a change of scenery. But his curiosity got the best of him yet again on Fossil Excavator from Mysterious Treasures. This of course was reprinted in 2008's Majestic Dawn. Back in Secret Wonders, Diglett is enthralled by this radiant flower, and I can't blame them. In Platinum, Diglett is contemplating a trip into town. And he seemingly pops up in the middle of the action in Pokemon Rumble, which is one of the less jarring cards from this set. The most intimidating Diglett of them all appeared in Triumphant in 2010. From here, it took 4 years for Diglett to return in the XY base set. Then in 2016, we get a Kamiya artwork in Generations. I'm on record saying I think his illustrations are hit or miss, but I'd call this one a hit. Finally, in Fates Collide, we get a classically bold illustration from Tokiya. Things change for Diglett in the Sun and Moon era, where we see the Alolan form. It's definitely one of the more mild regional changes, and I'm not complaining about that. This card was also printed in a McDonald's set. Then Alolan Diglett returns to watch the sunset in Ultra Prism, or is that a sunrise? And we're sticking with Alolan Diglett in Lost Thunder. In Unbroken Bonds, we return to normal Diglett, but only briefly because Alolan Diglett got a card in this set as well. In 2020, we find Diglett enjoying the shade in the Sword and Shield base set. And they're back as a curious spectator on the Skorupi card in the same set. Later that year, a very proud Diglett emerged in Darkness Ablaze. And Diglett's final Sword and Shield era appearance came in Chilling Reign from 2021. We kick off the Scarlet and Violet era with another cameo on the Dunsparce card from Paldea Evolved. And Diglett gets their first proper Scarlet and Violet era appearance in Obsidian Flames. Then we're at the point in the video where I say, of course Diglett appeared in the 151 set. We follow that up with one last cameo from Paradox Rift on this Garganacl card. And Surging Sparks closes out the Scarlet and Violet era with the re-emergence of Alolan Diglett. So far in the Mega Evolution era, Diglett has one appearance in the Ascended Heroes set, which has a Team Rocket reverse holo and a Fighting Energy reverse holo. That's it for my binder, but there are a good amount of cameos that I left out, so let's take a look at those. Many Diglett appeared on the Onyx card from Lost Thunder, and the classic Curious Diglett can be seen in the background of the Dugtrio card from Sword and Shield, Skuntank from Silver Tempest, I gave this one to the Paris Master list, Bubble Mew, which is probably a brutal card for many cameo collectors, the Charizard V-Star promo, which is barely visible from the other angle in Mewtwo V-Star from Crown Zenith. And we close out with one last Curious Diglett, this time in the foreground of the Snorlax promo card. Diglett set totals 77 cards, which ties it for 10th place for the Pokemon we've covered so far. I have an abysmal 51% completion rate, making it one of the worst. I blame the cameos. Not to worry, I have an awesome member collection to share from Jacob. Jacob is collecting Diglett and Dugtrio. His binder starts with non-TCG cards, many of which predate the English TCG cards. These lead into the Topps cards that might be a bit more familiar. I don't cover these in my master list, but there are a ton of alternate printings and foil patterns that I can imagine make these fun to chase. Then we get to the TCG. Jacob's binder strategy is one I've never seen before, but I love it. The detailed printouts in the first column give the binder a very encyclopedic feeling, and it seems like this is a perfect strategy for combining two-stage evolutions. Just don't look too closely at this or you won't have any reason to watch my Dugtrio video. Thanks for sharing, Jacob. Alright, instead of a traditional Last Chance opening, I actually streamed a supersized Last Chance opening for Diglett a couple weeks ago. I won't put the whole thing here in the interest of time, but here's how it went. I started out with 6 Paradox Rift packs, hoping for a long shot. I'm missing so many Diglett cameos, I thought it would be fun to try and pull the Garganacl illustration rare. Alright, nothing in the first one. I already got that one. Oof. Wow. Come on. 4 out of 4 complete duds. Oof. No Radar. Katon. Garchomp EX. Well, at least we got an EX card. Way to be positive. Then I moved over to 6 packs of Surging Sparks, hoping to find the reverse holo Alolan Diglett. Okay. Oh. That's not the Pikachu EX I need, but... And a big old nothing. Wow. Yeah. That's nothing to sneeze at. And Zarude. That didn't go much better. Finally, I have a booster bundle of Ascended Heroes. I already have both Diglett reverse holos from this set, so I just need a normal common. That shouldn't be too much to ask for. Ooh, here we go. Illustration rare, Hitmontop. I'm into that. That's a cool card. Alright, be sure to subscribe to CTB Streamer if you want to catch live last chance openings, and if you're watching this video the day it comes out, be sure to catch my stream tomorrow for the climax of my Heart Gold playthrough. I've caught all the Gen 2 Pokemon I can up to this point, and now I'm facing off against the Elite Four. Come check it out and keep coming back for more boxes to check.